Hi everyone and welcome to my place. I'm having a love affair with topiaries. I don't know what's happened to me, but I'm loving that I can play botanical goddess. Because it's such a good idea, and when done, it's the most stunning design, and people think you're really super clever, but you're not. It's just that you applied a bit of preparation time to achieve something. This year at my place, I am having blue and white Wedgewood, and when I first shared how to do these, I thought, you know what, my house has got lots of blue in it. That's what I'm going to have this year. I want to break out and do something a little bit unconventional and a little bit different. I also want a standalone design that I can have for all year. So this is the beginning of what is going to be my standalone for quite some time, or until somebody says, oh, I really love that, Esther, and then I give it away, and then I think, oh, actually I shouldn't have done that, but then I just make another one. Anyway, once you have your vase, the next process is to make the tree trunk. It's just plaster of Paris. Have a look back on my past clips on how I did that. But anyways, plaster of Paris. Make sure that this is going to fit down inside the cavity of your container or whatever you're using. I've just got a bit of plastic here, and because I'm doing the magnolias and the roses, I thought that I would cover the outside with the magnolia leaves. Now, make sure once you've done that, just put it into there and make sure it's going to sit in there. Now, this is a bit wonky because the vase was wonky to start with, but I'm going to show you how to fix that as we go into it. So take that out of there. The first thing is I want to use some magnolias. So I've just got a whole heap. I've got 4 magnolias here, and I'm just going to put those into my hand, and I've already checked to make sure that the 4 stems will go inside the cavity of my cone of my tree. To that, I want to put in a few roses. You don't need the roses, but I quite like the white of the roses with the white of those lovely little cupped magnolias. So I'm just going to put those all into my hand, exactly the same way as if you were doing a handheld bouquet. And I've turned them so that, because I want the tree to be rounded and almost bald-like, not all the way bald, but you know, baldy in one way or another. And then these here, I'm just going to ring those around the outside in amongst all those leaves, and you might have to get in there and just have a wee fiddle around to make sure that the leaves are all coming down. And what I really love about this particular magnolia is you can bend and manipulate the leaves because they've got really good structure, wide structure at the back of them. Fantastic. Now I've got one more left, and I thought that I would bring that 5th one into the centre like so. Oh, yes, that's better. And I've got one more, but do I want to use it? No, I don't think I do. Okay, now I've also got some ivy here, but I'm going to put the ivy in a minute. So bring that down there. If you need to, hold on, I'm a bit tall here, but that's okay. Look at that for easy designing. Isn't that just fantastic? So there are my roses. You might need to push those in a wee bit if they're too far out, but you get the drift on how to do it. And you've got these lovely round cut magnolias around the outside. It's a little bit rough and organic, but hey, I'm trying to be Mother Nature and create my own living forever tree. Okay, so from there, the next thing is to put that inside the cavity of your vase. Still annoys me that I didn't use a straight base. However, it is what it is. Now, because I've got the magnolia up there, I now have decided that I'm going to put a magnolia down into there so that the design is now going to look like it's going up into the tree. I've got a couple of roses here, so I'm just going to bring that rose to there, and I'm going to bring another one out the side. The reason I'm doing this is because it's wonky in there. So if you ever get stuck with a bit of wonkiness and it's off balance, just put something on the other side to visually compensate for what's happening on this side, and nobody will notice. Right, I also now would like to bring the top down to the base even further, and I've got nothing happening over here. So I have in my hand a piece of ivy, which I'm just going to push into there. And I put it onto a piece of satay stick, or a bit of bamboo actually, so that can come down to the sides. Now, I also have a couple of little bits of ivy, which I thought I would like to put over there. Now, at this stage, I'm still unsure as to whether I want to do that or not, but we'll just come back to that in a minute. Okay, I've got the magnolia flowers up there. I've got the magnolias on my stem here. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of magnolia to the side. And now I need to just look at it and decide, do I like that? Do I want another rose in there, or what do I want to do now? I actually quite like that bit there, but I actually am thinking that a shorter bit in there is going to be more to my liking. So there we have it. And the other thing that I have to tell you is, when you're doing it, if that's your front, make sure that everything is coming from the front. I'm working back to front, so I'll fix that in a moment. Now, I shared not so long ago how to make these dear, darling, little Wedgewood baubles. These I am now going to put up and into my arrangement to hang. So it's just a matter now of getting the leaf. You're going to have to be a little bit careful here, and I am not going to waste your time anymore, because I'm going to put that up into there, and then I'm going to spend a little bit of quiet time just putting my baubles on so that they hang down. So when we do the pickups, you'll be able to say, I quite like that idea, or I might want to do a different colour. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a great concept, and I think it's got great legs for going all sorts of places. You could even put lights on there. You could do whatever you wanted, and after Christmas, take your baubles off and you've got something beautiful, standalone, forever in your room. See you again another day.